Okay, it's okay. Okay.
Hey,
It's okay.
what's wrong?
Okay. It's
Alicia,
okay.
stop it now.
Oh, my baby.
Welcome back to the channel, guys, man. Today is a tough video, man. Something I saw online today, and this was it, and I wanted to talk about it. It made me dive deep into some information, and we talking about the effects of divorce and how they affect kids, man. Like how they affect kids in the long term, man. And you can see right here in this first video how this affects a kid from the very jump, from the time that they are toddlers. They do not understand what's going on. So let's jump right into it. I wanted to go over some numbers with you guys because there's a big myth out there that 70% of single mother homes ends up, with their kids being in prison or in jail, right? You hear all over social media, 80% or 70% of single mother homes, their kids are more likely to end up in prison or in jail. When it comes down to it, that's just not true. Actually, it's about equal. I think one is like 43% and one is like 40. It does not matter if your kid is with the dad for most of the time or with the mom. If they are raised in a single family home, they are more likely to end up in prison. It doesn't matter if they're with the dad or the mom because a child needs both parents, right? So I want you to hear on this next clip from the voice's mouth of a therapist of what he comes across whenever he's in therapy with these kids who are still feeling the effects of their parents' divorce.
I've counseled a lot of kids who have gone through divorce, learned a lot about divorce. And one of the things that I've seen time and time again is that when there's not like an even 50-50 split of custody and the kid has to stay at one house or the other, when the parents make them choose, it always produces stress, like deep down in their soul kind of stress, because what they're trying to figure out is, how do I pick without the other parent feeling like I love them less? So if you're going through a divorce right now, I know there's infinite complexities to all this. Don't make them choose.
And that's what happens all the time. I know you guys see it, and I hate to say this, man, but this is all communities. Actually, the divorce rate is almost even. Of course, black and brown is higher, but it's almost close. All of it is about close. 50% of all marriages, no matter the race, end up in divorce, and it's getting higher as the years go. That is just getting higher and higher, and it just keeps happening. You see it all over social media where they're fighting over custody or they're making the kid decide, and that's just one of the bad things about divorce is that you are manipulating your child. And within that manipulation of who goes to what home, within that manipulation comes things like anxiety, depression. They start feeling bad for one parent or the other. Even manipulation, because they learn how to manipulate from whichever parent is manipulating the other person, right? And one of the next video I'm going to show you is how a young lady is pretty much saying she's dealing with the effects of her parents getting a divorce till this day. Even in her dating life, she is still feeling the effects of it. So let's watch this last clip.
Game's called Substance. All you gotta do is talk. What's one childhood trauma that you experienced?
My parents being divorced. I feel like that just did something to me as an individual. Like I don't really understand certain things because I wasn't raised around both parents. Or like the loving thing, like not really growing up in a household where you see like a loving family, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna go be in a loving relationship because that's not what you're used to. And people always say like, it's hard to get past that, but I don't think they talk about like how hard it is to come from not a loving family and then get with somebody that comes from a loving family, and you kind of just gotta understand how they are.
Yeah.
So
you feel like that's affected you in a relationship?
yeah, somewhat, like certain things that I might put up with or just allow.
Yeah.
Even to this day, she's a young lady. I wouldn't say she's no more between 18 and 20 years old, and she's just getting into this womanhood and dating and she's realizing that some of the things that she puts up with, she probably wouldn't have put up with if she had both parents in the home at the same time. If she had a father consistently in her life, I don't think she would say her father. But I do, we always assume it's the dad because we all know that most of the time the kid is gonna go to the mother unless the mother got something crazy wrong with it. With that's a whole nother video because we have seen plenty of cases where the parent should have been the father, the main parent should have been the father, but they still sent it to the mother. But that's a whole nother video. But I just wanted you guys to see this video because I was like, man, with the divorce rate going the way it is, no wonder childbirth is going down because these kids are being brought into this world and they seeing the fighting, they're seeing the manipulation, they're seeing that relationships don't work out half the time and they don't want to be in one, which means they're not getting married, they're not having kids, and I can understand why, right? So I just wanted to know in the comments, how do you feel about having, getting a divorce? Do you stay in a relationship for your kids' sake if you have kids? And I know a lot of old school people in the comments are gonna say yes, And I'm gonna tell y'all my beliefs in it. I think if it is traumatizing to the kid, you should leave. I would rather see a kid grow up in 2-parent home and both of them are happy than 2 people be in the household and they see, a toxic relationship throughout their whole life, right? But on the flip side of that is, if you are married and you have kids, or even if you have kids and you're not married, right? You should do everything you possibly can to fix that relationship. If not for your loved one, for your your husband or wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend, or vice versa, whatever. Do it for the kids. Do it for their state. You should try everything possible known to humankind before you put that child through that trauma, because that's exactly what you're doing. So let me know in the comments. We get a lot of social media posts about divorce and fighting over custody and battles, but no one talks about how it affects kids. So then through all this research and these videos watching, and I pulled so many different, numbers, statistics, or however you said, and it was just like, I don't want to throw numbers at you guys because this is an emotional thing. Marriage and commitment to a relationship and having a family is an emotional thing. So I just want to know, do you guys stay in it for the kids' sake? Do you call that selflessness or you call that selfish whichever end you're on, right? And I think to me, it's all about context. I think it's all about context, man. If you made it to this part of the video, man, thank y'all. We are almost at 1,600 subscribers. If you are still here, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next video.